Today I'll be showing you how to create a user bar in Adobe Photoshop CS3, such as this one here. Okay, first thing you're going to do is create a new document. Your width will be 350, height 19, and background contents will be transparent. You can name this whatever you like. I'm going to name it user bar, which I'll end up changing later anyway, but just for this it'll be user bar. Now you're gonna want to pick a theme. I'm going to do one with a theme on PlayStation 3. So what you're gonna do first is create a gradient, probably one that's gonna match your theme, which mine is PS3. So my colors are going to be black and gray. Kind of like a silver, but gray will be what we'll be using since it's the closest thing to gray. You're going to create a gradient. I'm going to do black to gray. Actually, I'm going to do gray to black. And I don't know why I made that. Foreground to background, that'll be gray to black. Click OK. And drag it right across your document here. And that is the base. And we'll name this layer gradient. Next, you're going to want to find a picture to put on this side of the user bar. It's not going to fit completely, but it's going to be right here, and most of it will not show, but you'll get the idea if you put a good part of the picture in there, and people will understand what it is, and they'll see what your user bar is about. Okay, next we're going to put our picture into our user bar. If you don't already have a picture, get one from Google or Ask.com or wherever search engine you use, or whatever website you can get a picture for your user bar. I have my PlayStation 3 picture right here, and you need it to be transparent. So if it wasn't already transparent, you're going to need to take your eraser and erase all of the unneeded parts from the picture. And if you need to, zoom in as much as you need to, as to erase anything that might need to be carefully erased. You can see I left a little bit left over there because it's not going to matter much, because that part right there is gray, and where I'm going to be putting the picture is gray as well, so it won't make a difference. Now I'm going to resize it, image size, and I'm going to make it 59. Size yours at whatever you need to size it at. Different pictures are going to need to be resized differently. Now I'm going to take my cursor tool and drag it from this document over to my user bar. I'm going to drag it over to the left side. You can put it wherever you want. I'm going to use my arrow keys to move it over more carefully. Now we are going to give it a nice glow effect. Real quick, gonna name this logo or picture or whatever you want. Then we're going to right click on the layer and go to blending options. From there we go to outer glow and select it, and screen opacity is 75%, noise is 0. The color you'll need is white, and under elements the technique is softer, spread is 5%, size is 6, and you can leave everything else. Click OK, and you can see there's a nice white glow around your picture. This might not be so good to do, or it might not be so good to use a white background or something really close to white. at least on this side or wherever your picture is. And there's your glow effect. Okay, now what we're going to do is add a nice glow effect that's going to scoop down from the left corner down to the middle or bottom of the user bar and then back up to the right corner. Select your elliptical marquee tool and start from right about here or somewhere near there and just come down to here, and that's good. You want to make sure that it scoops down from this corner perfectly down to here and then scoops right back up to this corner. That'll be good enough for the video, for this video. And now we're going to go and select our gradient and make sure you have foreground to transparent selected, and make sure your foreground is, of course, white. Now we're going to start from about here above your user bar document and right down here till below your marquee outline. And you can change this if you don't like it. I'm going to mess around with this a little bit and make sure it's not too white. You just want to have a nice transparent effect here. There you go. That should be good enough. And hit Control D to deselect. And now we are going to move on, and we are going to put in our scan lines. Now, to make our scan lines, you're going to need a 45-degree scan line pattern, and if you don't already have one, you can make one by opening a new document, making the dimensions 3 by 3, so width 3, height 3, and make it transparent. You don't really need to focus on the name because that's not going to matter, and you're going to just zoom in as much as you can, so just hold Control and hold down the plus sign key, and after you do that you should be at 3200% zoom, and you're going to select your pencil tool and make sure your foreground color is black, and make sure that your first square is going to be down into the bottom left corner, and carefully make sure that these all connect, and make sure that the last one touches both the corners and the middle square, just like that. And then after you're done doing that, just go to Edit, Define Pattern, and you just name it whatever you want. Click OK. I already have mine, so no need to do that. Then you can exit out. Don't need to save because Photoshop already has it saved. Now what you're going to do is make a new layer. By the way, I usually make a new layer for the light effect, but I didn't there. But it doesn't really matter, whatever you prefer. I'm going to rename this Scan Lines, and we're going to go to Edit, Fill, and you're going to make this under Contents, use Pattern, Custom Pattern. You're going to select your scan line pattern, and opacity is going to be somewhere between 10 and 15%. I like to use 14, and click OK, and you'll see that you have some nice scan lines going across here, and that works well. You can see over here by the black part you can't really see the scan line, so maybe I should have picked a different color scheme. I'm gonna have to redo this after the video, but just for the video's purpose, there's your scan lines, and you can see that it works pretty well.